I unmu I unmuted and just wanted to say hi.
Hi, Margaret. I'm so glad you did. I love
Go,
saying hi to you
go
guys.
Seahawks.
Oh, go Lions. Go Lions. And my family's like, this might be the first time we ever beat the Seahawks. I'm like, I
We'll
hope
see.
so. I will say the Seahawks have my favorite uniforms. So they got that going.
They got that going.
If you guys are football fans, I know it's Monday Night Football. So, oh, Adam and Isaiah are at the game, Vanessa? What? My family's going to be so jealous. Okay. So if you guys are football fans, drop in the comments who you're rooting for tonight. I'm not a huge football person, but it's been fun because the Lions are actually doing pretty well the last 2 years. So it's exciting in my house. All right, welcome. Well, we're going to get started, you guys. My name is Blair Critch, and oh, it says Beth Graves. Let me change my name so that you guys know what my name is. My name is Blair Critch, and I'm one of the leaders here on this team. Oh, the Ravens won. Congratulations, Jenny. And I am joining you guys tonight for a quick getting started Zoom. So we're going to start hosting these every single Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then just a couple other reminders that you might want to put on your calendar while we're getting started tonight, which is you want to make sure you have this every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. As you start to build a team, I suggest two things. You don't have to be on this every Monday night, but as you have new people join you, I would definitely, like I see Ashley Casey on here. She's already been doing the business for a few weeks. Vanessa, she's already been doing the business for a few weeks, but it's great to be on here to see how I share with people as they're starting. And then you take it and make it your own. But also, when you have new people joining the team and they hop on this on a Monday night, it's always great to be on with them so they feel like they're not alone. But you don't have to be on every single Monday night, especially if you don't have anybody new that week. Or you have things going on. This will always be recorded, so don't feel stressed out about that. And then Wednesdays. Wednesdays are a big day for our team because Wednesday during the day at 3 p.m. Eastern is the corporate Zoom, which is usually only 15 to 20 minutes if you're free. If not, we always share the recording. Usually we don't get it for about 24 hours later. And then every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern is our opportunity Zoom for our team, where we have Honey, our CEO, come on, share a little bit about her, why she started the company, a little bit about her, a little bit about the company. And then we have usually 2 or 3 people share their stories on either GLP-1s or some of our longevity products. And then we close it out with how they can become a customer or a brand partner with us. So this is a great opportunity to invite people to hop on and learn more. So, oh, hi, I see you now, Lucy. Hi, welcome. A bunch of other people popped on. So let me just see really quick and welcome all of you guys. Hi, Jackie. So glad you're on. Hi, Teresa. We were just texting. So glad you're on. Aida, we were texting today. Oh, I love it. I know so many of these names. Welcome, Amy, Tiffany. So excited that all of you guys are on here tonight. So I was just kind of going over a couple of things that you want to make sure are always on your calendar. And Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern is one of the most important ones because that is where you can invite people that are maybe asking you questions or people that you really would love to do this business with or people you'd love to share these products with. This is a great thing to invite them to. And one of the things that Beth tries to do is ask people to share their story that are inviting people to these Wednesday nights, right? So like if you know you're going to have a few guests on this Wednesday, feel free to reach out to me or to Beth and say, hey, I think I'm going to have 4 or 5 people on. Can I share my story if you have one? Because it's a great way for people to see you on there sharing your story that you invited as well. So I always really want to push that Zoom because it's really important that you guys get on and invite people to it, right? And so every week it's a great check-in for me. I'm always looking for a reason to reach back out. If I was already talking to somebody about the product and it kind of went a little stagnant, or they said they were going to research a little bit more, maybe I send them another research information or a podcast. And then I might reach out again and go, hey, listen, I'd love to invite you Wednesday night. The CEO is going to be on. Feel free to hop on and learn more. Can I plan on you being on? And that's just another great touch point for you. And then Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, we have a team connect where we all get together on a Zoom. We usually teach on something. Last Saturday, Ashley Casey taught us on social media. And then we have some time of just connecting as a team. People can ask questions and interact with each other. Okay. So tonight I have a whole formula of what we're going to go over for getting started, but I always like to start with what I think is one of the most important things, which is looking at your training portal. And but actually, before I get started, not everybody on here really knows me. So let me just share quickly a little bit about my story. So I actually got started on NAD, which is a peptide, and GLP-1, semaglutide, about a year and a half ago. I had cancer in 2020, 2021, ovarian cancer, and went through 6 rounds of chemo, and then immediately a hysterectomy, was thrown into menopause, which is no joke. If anybody in here is in menopause, share this in the chat if you are having any of those symptoms, but it was rough. And actually, I felt worse after my chemo than I did during it. And so I knew something needed to change. Started working with a functional PA. And long story short, she introduced me to peptides. I had been reading a lot about peptides while I was studying during that time about preventative medicine. And I realized that it was really something I needed. And so first I started on NAD and I had amazing results. All my hot flashes went away. Foot pain that I had went away. Hip pain that I had went away. My mental clarity was great. I just felt overall amazing, great energy. But I was gaining weight, that menopause weight. And so about 33 pounds crept on, 33 pounds. And I would say 6 months. It was unbelievable. I was frustrated. I was eating plant-based. I was exercising. And I just was feeling very deflated. And my cholesterol kept rising, which was actually a side effect of a medication that I'm on post chemo. And long story short, the functional PA that I was working with said, "Have you ever thought about GLP-1?" And I was like, "Oh, no, 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 no. I don't want to do that. I've read all those horrible things, right?" Well, sure enough, I spent some time researching. She sent me a ton of information. I realized I was wrong. I judged something before I even understood it. And unfortunately, a lot of the media that's out there is, misrepresentation because, yes, some people have gone to the hospital or have felt sick, but it's because they're taking too high of a dose. So I got started with a compound pharmacy and had amazing results. And within 8 months, lost the weight and have been able to maintain it. And I do a little bit of microdosing every single week. I actually just switched to tirzepatide this week. I've been on semaglutide for a year and a half. So today was my first day on tirzepatide. And I just feel incredible. And so when I found a company that I could partner with that share this with people, I knew I had to say yes. So that's a little bit about my story. And tonight, what I'm really excited, yeah, menopause in 30s, that's young. That's really young to have menopause. Wow, Jackie, that's rough. All right, so I'm going to share screen. All right. So hopefully you guys can see this okay. The rest of tonight, I won't be doing a lot of share screen, but I just want to share this with you guys really quick. If you go into your back office, we have this amazing training portal. And remember, there's 2 ways to log in. You have your back office. That's what this is. It always starts with partner.lemd.com. Okay. When you are now a brand partner, you can create your own customer account underneath yourself. But to do that, you want to go to your lemd.com/ whatever your username is. That's your website name, your replicated website. That's what you'll create your own customer account underneath as your own customer and get commission back on that. This is your back office. So it starts with partner.lemd.com. Once you go in, we have an amazing training portal. Sorry, I just got to sign into it really quick. And I want to emphasize this because one of the biggest tips that I can give you is to take some time every single night. Maybe for you, everybody's different. I like to do things all at once. I blocked off an hour and a half on a Saturday and got through the whole thing. Some people like to do one portal a night, one module a night, right? Some people are like, nope, I have Tuesday nights, I have nothing. I'm free. I'm going to work on this then. Maybe you work full time and you get lunch breaks and you want to watch, each section during lunch breaks, but just decide how you're going to get through this within the first week of your business, because everything you possibly could need to know is in here. Compensation training, business dashboard, your compliance training, all about the products, including testimonials. Social media was amazing. Ordering, reassessment, everything in here is what you need, okay? And what you're going to want to know. So definitely figure out where in your calendar are you going to get that done, all right? So that's one of the very first things I want to share with you guys. And then the second thing is all of you guys are invited to our boards app. It's an amazing app. If you've never been introduced to it before, it will actually be on your phone and it connects to your keyboard. And so one of the things that I love is that we have all this great information in here for you guys. So like reach out. Maybe you're the kind of person who you feel nervous about what to say. We give you different ideas about what to say. This is an amazing video that I actually asked corporate to make for us with the beginning of what Honey shared one of the Wednesday nights on our opportunity Zoom that was just so good and so powerful. So if you want to share her story with people, all the links and the phone numbers that you need. You guys, I could go on and on, but I do want to show you 2 specific things. science information. We have a GLP-1 folder in here with all kinds of great information. We have an NAD one. We have a sexual health one. We also have, where's the product one? LEMD products. I kind of did the exact same thing in here, but here's why peptides, a little bit more about some different products, and you can use all these things on your social media, etc. Okay. So those are two big things I wanted to share with you guys tonight, but I'm going to kind of walk you guys through my getting started and how I got started in this business. Okay. So the very first thing is deciding, what do you want? Like, what do you want out of this business, right? Because what I want is not going to be the same as, well, it might be the same as what Lucy wants. I know her big goal, but it might not be the same as what Betsy wants. Oh, Betsy, I'm so glad you're on here. Welcome. It might not be the same as what Summer wants or what Vanessa wants, right? And so we have to make sure that you're taking time to decide, what do you want? One of my favorite quotes by Lisa Nichols, who wrote the book Abundance Now, is you can't hit a moving target. So if you don't know what your target is, you're going to have a really hard time getting there. Right? It's why goal setting is so important. And I'm not telling you everyone does goal setting very differently. I'm not saying you have to be meticulous with your details, but you do need to know where you're trying to go. How quick do you want to get to advanced manager? How quick do you want to get to director or any of these different levels, right? And so you want to make sure that you have that vision for yourself. What do you want out of this business? And think about that. Maybe it's something that you meditate over the next week and decide what that is for you. I know that my first goal was to be able to pay for my own product. So I realized that I needed about 4 customers to pay for my own product. One of those customers could be myself. So I made sure that right away I got 4 customers so that I was then, by my commissions, paying for my own product. I also wanted to have 4 brand partners right away. I wanted to start with at least 4 across and start helping them build so that I could start to have a team. Okay. Now, I'm sharing what my goals were, 4 and 4, but you have to decide what your goals are. And we're starting a brand new month tomorrow. This could not be a better night to have a getting started because October 1st is a brand new month. So take that time over the next couple of days and figure out, what do you want out of this business and how do you want to launch the business? So I can tell you this right now, the way that I got started was creating a list. Okay. And if any of you guys have done network marketing or direct sales or MLM before, you're like, I've heard this before, Blair, but I just want to share with you a little bit about how I did it. And if you're new, I know there's some people on here tonight that have never done anything like this before. And we're so excited that you're part of this team. And I have to tell you, one of my favorite things about network marketing, direct sales, or MLM, whatever you want to call it, I call it social sharing, whatever you want to call it, is the community. So everybody that you see on here, they're part of your community. Get in those message threads, ask questions, do not be shy. There is no dumb question. You are part of this team and we want to see you grow. So when I first decided what I wanted, yes, Ashley, community is everything. When I first decided that I wanted to do this business, I wanted to bring in 4 customers and four brand partners in the very first 2 weeks of my business. I sat down and I made a list. I listed people who I thought would love the business. Who loves a business opportunity? Who understands multiple streams of income right now? Who's already doing a business like this right now? You know, there's a shift right now going on in network marketing where there's 2 things happening. One is, again, today, another company announced that they're going affiliate only, and that was Beachbody. So if you know anybody in Beachbody, if they built a large team, they're now losing out on a large chunk of their income because they're only allowing them to do affiliate now. And the second thing that's happening in this industry right now is that a lot of companies are opening up. Thank goodness, they're getting more open-minded and abundant. And they're saying, yeah, you can do more than one thing. We used to have all these like major rules and regulations on us. Like you can only sell one thing. Well, the reality is that I don't wear the same shoes every single day. Some days I want to wear New Balance and some days I want to wear Hoka's. And I don't use the same skincare every single day either, right? Some days, some mornings I use more of a scrub and at night I use more of a gentle cleanser. Like they're not the same brand. And that's okay. So that's one of my favorite things about this company is that LEMD does not pigeonhole you into one thing. You're welcome to go do your own coaching program, to go sell your skincare, whatever it is. And so think about people that you already know in this industry because there is a shift in this industry. Also, I started writing down people that were my age, high school friends, college friends, people who I started working with my first year teaching, because guess what? They're tired. They're not feeling well. They're gaining weight. They're going through perimenopause or menopause too, right? We're all going through these same things. So think about the people who are your same age who are probably feeling the same way as you. Think about old neighborhood friends, current neighborhood friends, work friends, workout friends, those in the health and wellness world, business owners. You guys, this is an amazing opportunity for business owners. I think sometimes when people are, oh, hi, Shay, I just saw your face on here. I think sometimes people are thinking like, oh, okay, like Shay's a great example, actually. Shay owns her own business. And if you are anywhere in West Palm Beach or Wellington, you're going to want to see her because she's amazing. I can give you her phone number, but she does belly massages and is really into lymphatic and helping women with different things. Well, she's a great person for me to share this with. She's already working with women in the healthcare industry, right? Maybe you know a functional doctor, maybe you know a nurse, maybe you know a chiropractor or somebody who owns their own gym. Listen, guys, dreams are hurting right now. So you can go to businesses. Why would a business want to pick up something like this? Because their clients are using it anyways, whether they know or not, their clients are using this. So why not have them be part of the pie without having to have inventory? How huge is that? They don't have to have that large amount of inventory. So just start thinking about your list, okay? And who else you can write on this list. And then what did I do next? I started reaching out to these people. And I decided based on my goal, how many people I wanted to reach out to every day. So in the beginning, I was exiting one company and starting with this company. So I was only reaching out to about 5 people a day because that's all I could manage to reach out to and be able to follow up with. But now that this is more full time for me, I'm reaching out to 10 to 15 people a day. I'm connecting, I'm looking at their social media before I connect with them, if it's through social media, seeing what's going on in their life. You better believe I'm not going to reach out to somebody today who's living in Western North Carolina. They're going through some stuff right now. So make sure you're looking at what people are going through and what's going on in their life. If somebody's grandma just died, I'm not going to reach out to them except for condolences and love on them, right? So make sure that you guys are checking that kind of stuff because there's a lot of stuff going on right now. If it's somebody who I've been friends with for a while or they're old friends or whatever, I'm reaching out by text message. But if it's through social media, I always check and see what's going on in their world first, love on their social media a little bit, and then reach out to them. Okay. And then what are you going to say when you reach out? You want to make sure that you're comfortable with what you're going to say. Go into that boards app that I showed you guys at the beginning and look at those the reach out messages that we shared in there and some verbiage that other people are using. I've collected a bunch of different verbiage from a bunch of different people that about how they're sharing. Everybody shares a little bit different. For me, I came up with what felt authentic to me. It feels authentic for me to say, hey, I've just partnered with a concierge telehealth company that's focused on preventative health. We focus on longevity, sexual health, and weight management, and soon to come blood diagnostic kits and hormone health. I thought of you because, and then why I thought of them, right? Because you are totally into the health world like I am, and I knew you would love to see a company like this. Or, hey, I thought of you because we're the same age, and I don't know about you, but I'm going through some menopause symptoms, and they were killing me. And so I thought of you because if you're feeling that way too, I'd love to share with you an alternative of how you can feel better with peptides. Right. So you have to figure out like what wording works for you, but go in there and check out those reach out info messages that we shared because one of them might connect with you. You might relate with it and it might work well for you, and you might have to tweak a few of them to make them your own. So next, social media. If you are on here tonight and you're like, I don't use social media at all, I'm going to tell you, try. Try to get in there and start using social media. You can pick just one platform. It could be LinkedIn. Vanessa's becoming a pro on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a great spot for professionals. Maybe that's more comfortable for you. Maybe you're like me and you've been on Facebook forever. And so people already follow you and that's an easy place for you. Maybe you want to get onto Instagram or TikTok, whatever it is, find one that you're going to start using. If you're already advanced at this, like Lucy, and I see some other faces on here like Ashley, you can do more than one social media, outlet at a time, but have a plan. Okay. We have a complete 10-day plan for you inside of our Facebook group. If you go to Team Joy and go to guides, number one, literally day 1 through 10, we give you a complete social media guide to get started. Or there's an amazing social media guide inside the training portal in your partner.lemd.com back office as well. So there's a lot of great ideas. You can create a 10-day plan. And then over those 10 days, see what's getting the most traction and then start learning from your own stuff, right? And Chat GPT, guys, if you're not using Chat GPT, I highly recommend it. Get it used to your own voice, get it used to your personality, and then it will make your life so much easier. Some things that are really important is using stories, and a great one is getting into your polls and asking a question like, how do you know if you've lost weight? And then you could put on your poll, is it clothes fitting, the scale, or how you feel? Right there, you're going to start getting people. You can start asking questions like this, where maybe every other day you do a poll in your stories and go and look and see who answers the poll and start engaging with those people. Look at what some of the other leaders are doing, where you see a lot of comments and engagement, and you can take what they're doing and make it your own. One of the things that I know that is really important are reels. And if you're comfortable doing reels, get comfortable in the uncomfortable and play around a little bit. Instagram and TikTok have made it so easy to create reels inside of their platform now. So get in there and do a reel, even if you can just do 2 to 4 a week. They're so great. And especially if you have a before and after story, show that in your reels, talk about it, right? Get in your stories daily and educate people and help them. Share some of these different things that we've been learning. Go look at Join LEMD's Instagram. They have amazing stuff on there. Now, what you don't want to do is just copy or just save their graphics and put them up. You want to have your own, but you could read some information. Maybe you read in there about how there's 10 cancers right now that there's a study that GLP-1 is helping to prevent. Read the article, jot down some notes, and then hop on your stories and talk and share that information or make a quick reel about it. Okay. But people are looking for more education. You guys have the answers. So get out there and educate, share what these products can do for them and why it will help them. Right? They only care about what it's going to do for them. So make sure you're sharing that with them. And also in your stories, share the healthy things that you're doing. If you are on GLP-1, for example, and maybe you're on semaglutide or tirzepatide, show yourself getting out there and getting active. What are you eating? What are you drinking? What are you doing to get yourself healthy and strong, right? Get out there and show those things. Now, what do you do when you get your customers? Okay. The first thing you want to do is share your site with them and ask them if they have any questions. If they have questions that you don't feel comfortable answering, this is when a three-way message comes into play. You could put them in a three-way message with any of your upline leaders. You could, if you're part of my team, of course, you could put them in with me. Beth is always available. Whoever brought you into this business, ask them if they feel comfortable on three-way messages. Everybody's learning at different paces, right? So your leader might have joined a week ago and you joined right after her or him. So they might not be ready for three-way messages yet. However, I've had people join me yesterday who are ready for three-way messages because they've been on these products. So everybody's journey is a little bit different. So just ask your leader, are you available for three-way messages? And you guys, three-way messages are so great. You could put people on three-way text messages, three-way Facebook messages, or you can book a time with your leader and get on the phone, a three-way call or a Zoom. But what's so great about, in my opinion, about the messaging is you can go back and forth when it's convenient. A phone call always solidifies as well, or a Zoom. But this is how they get validation. Yeah, they heard from you why you're loving the product or why you think the product is so great. Then they hear a story from somebody else. And now they're like, okay, I've heard this from both of them. I've heard it from a couple other people. Now maybe I'm ready to get started, right? The next thing you want to do is put them into the wellness and longevity group. We have a Facebook group for customers and potential customers. So you want to make sure you add them in there. We have a method called ask, add, tag, message. Okay. Why do we have that? Because we want to make sure they even know about the group and that they're part of the community. So first you ask them, hey, can I add you to a health and wellness group that we have? It's called longevity. I can't remember if it's longevity and wellness or wellness and longevity. Somebody knows, we put it in the chat. I always mix it up. I think it's longevity and wellness, but I say I'd love to add you into this health and wellness group called Longevity and Wellness, where we share health tips, ideas. People are shouting each other out. You'll hear success stories. You'll hear people ask questions, and you'll get lots of great information in there. So I ask them, they say yes, I add them. Then I send them a quick message with the link to the group so that they know where to find it. And then I tag them underneath something inside the group that I think would be valuable or interesting to them. Then I get engaged in there with them because the more that you guys get engaged in the group, the more that they're going to see that and they're going to participate in there. It's a great spot for them to ask questions. Or maybe you just added somebody in there and you already know a question that they might have. Like maybe they asked you when you were on a call with them or a message with them about how long do you have to be on GLP-1 to have to start seeing weight loss? And you could just go into the group and say, hey guys, I have a new customer and she's wondering, or one of my friends just joined this group and she's wondering how long did it take you to lose weight once you started on semaglutide or tirzepatide? And let people answer, right? And then that gives even more validation. And then how to have a let me share with you guys a couple other things. You're going to want to get comfortable too. And this is why I believe in the three-way calls or three-way Zooms or three-way chats is because you're going to learn the verbiage from your leader and then you'll start to memorize it. So here's an example. Today I had somebody say, I don't know what to say. This girl just said to me, that seems kind of expensive. I said, great. Can you put me in or no, it wasn't expensive. She said, I don't really love that it's a 3-month commitment. And she said, what do I say back? I said, put her in a message with me and just say, hey, Blair, can you explain why there's a 3-month commitment? And all I said was, hey, there's two reasons there's a 3-month commitment: efficacy and cost. Efficacy, because we know that most people are not going to start losing weight till around month 2. If you do earlier, that's amazing. And some people do, but it does take a while for the GLP-1 to get through your system. So we really want people to be on it for 3 months so they don't hop on for a month, don't get results, and think it doesn't work, right? Second reason is cost. It costs us anywhere from $55 to $75 to ship this product to you on ice. So in order to keep the cost down, we really need to be able to just ship it one time. And with your price are 4 things: your product, your telehealth doctor visit, your 24/7 medical care hotline, and your shipping. So that's all included with the cost. And so we're trying to keep that cost down. And she was like, oh, that totally makes sense. Once people hear it, they understand it a little bit better. But it also helped my newest brand partner to go, okay, I got that. I'm going to write that verbiage down, and that's what I'm going to say next time, right? And even walking people through their order for the first time. Sometimes it's like, oh, I don't know what to say. Once you hear one of your leaders do it, I kind of have a system of what I tell them, right? And that will help you as well. Then you're going to start thinking about who do you want to have a business conversation with, right? And don't overthink this. Just get clear on how to share to your Wednesday night opportunity Zooms. If you do that, then they'll get the message about the business opportunity. Or if you start sharing it with them, they're asking you questions that you don't feel comfortable with yet. Again, same thing, put them in a message with one of your leaders. Hey, this is my friend Blair. She's been doing the business longer than me, and I knew that she can answer those questions that you're asking me, and I want to learn too. It's okay to not know everything, you guys, because you want people to join you in this business. And if you know everything and you sound like you always know everything, that's intimidating for them, right? So you want them to feel comfortable too. Like, hey, you don't have to know everything. We'll learn as we go, and we'll start to learn even more. And just, hop on this Wednesday night and learn a little bit more about the business, right? And then also get to know your website. So go on to your lemd.com/ whatever your username is. Get to know the product so you know what you can point to. We are pointers here with LEMD. All we do is point people in the right direction. So if somebody says to me, I'm having horrible menopause symptoms right now, and they don't really want to lose weight, then I'm going to probably point them to NAD because I know it's cellular regeneration. I've read enough articles. I've had my own experience, but even if I didn't, I'd be able to point them in that direction, right? And so getting to know your products, that's so helpful. And you can find a lot of information on the website. Under each product, if you go down to frequently asked questions, there's a lot of great questions that are answered there. There's sometimes scientific research underneath it and lots of great info that will help you feel more confident with the products. And also understanding what these products do. So if you just took one product every day or once every other day and learned a little bit about that product, Google it, get to know it a little bit better, and then go to your Chat GPT, you can use that information that you put into Chat GPT to create a reel, to create some stories, to create a post, right? So maybe you go in and you learn a little bit more about synapsin, and you see that synapsin can help with brain health. And then you decide to go into our boards and there's a really great video in there underneath the product information about synapsin. And you learn that it helps people with PTSD. You learn that it helps people who have had brain concussions. You read that it helps with people who have dementia or Alzheimer's in their family. And so you're reading about that. Now you can go make a reel about that. You can do a post about that. You can share it in your stories. There's lots of different things that you can do once you start to learn more about the products and share your excitement. And that's all it has to be. It's like, wow, I'm just really excited. I learned about this new peptide today and I want to share it with you guys, and just get out there and start sharing it. So I know I threw a lot of information at you guys about how to kind of get started in your business. I want to open it up for questions from you guys for a few minutes if anybody has any questions. Yes, Liz. Lucy. I don't know why I just called you Liz.
I was gonna write it out. Do we need to worry about saying like medical claims at all? Because I know sometimes in network marketing they're like you can't say that it helps you with this or you can't say it cures that. Like, do we have any of that or?
So it's when you go to the training in the training portal and the partner LEMD site, they do go through what you're allowed to say and not allowed to say. They even make you take a quiz on it. And actually, guys, if you take that quiz, you get points towards the Punta Cana all-inclusive trip next fall. So it's points towards the getaway, which is great. And so the main thing is not saying that we cure anything. So like I can say my cholesterol went down because that happened. And because it is a pharmaceutical property, we can say that. But what I can't say is it will cure your heart condition. It will cure your whatever. Does that make sense? Okay, awesome. Anybody else have a question?
when you were talking about the things that you get with the 3 month commitment, so it was a consultation because they paid $25, don't they, for something to
So
talk to
yeah,
them?
I always say this to people. I say it's your telehealth visit. So if they're in a state that you don't have to have an actual like virtual meeting, it's just a telehealth questionnaire, like in Florida, like us, Lucy. But there are 7 states in the United States that do require an actual virtual visit. So LEMD covers the cost for those 7 states.
Okay.
And actually, you even the $25 doesn't really cover the whole cost. I think it's like, I don't know, 50 or 70 or something like that. But they're just giving them a smaller, 75, $25 if they want to upgrade for a virtual visit. So I kind of, and I try to explain that when I say the four. I say it's your telehealth visit, which is a questionnaire, unless you're in one of the states that requires a virtual visit. You could always upgrade for $25 if you want to visit. Your product, your 24/7 medical professional hotline, they can call anytime, and then your shipping, which could be anywhere from 55 to 75, they cover. Liz, do you have a question?
Yeah, I do. So
Yeah.
even in the states that don't require um a virtual visit, we still have 24/7 access.
Everybody has 24/7 access to medical professional. Yeah. It's not the
Okay.
doctor that prescribed to you, it's a medical professional hotline through the telehealth.
Okay.
So you might get an RN, you might get a doctor, like it just is different. You might get a PA. And then
Okay.
they've been great. Like I've had a couple customers. I'm noticing that some of my customers that start on semaglutide, and I always warn people of this, by the way, guys, when they say, which one should I take? This is my response. Listen, there's a price difference between semaglutide and tirzepatide. If you can afford tirzepatide, I always say go with tirzepatide because it has 2 receptors instead of just one, which means you're going to have no side effects and you're going to lose weight much quicker compared to my clients that are on semaglutide who generally notice that they have a little bit of nausea for the first month. Now, what's really cool is if they call the 24/7 medical care hotline and say, I'm feeling nauseous, they'll send them a prescription for Zofran immediately to their pharmacy. Or if they're like, I had a girl who didn't understand the dosing. And so she just, before she even reached out to me, she called the 24/7 medical care hotline. They walked her through how to do her dosing and do her first
Okay.
injection. So they're amazing.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, of course. Amy,
And
you have a
does
question? Oh, sorry.
does the new packaging go out starting tomorrow or
So
do we?
it's not new packaging. It's like a totally separate box that would be sent to them. And I was told it was October. I don't know if it's October 1st, but hopefully I'm hoping Wednesday on the 3 p.m. Eastern corporate Zoom, they'll talk about that and we'll see if it's being shipped out yet. But everyone does now, if they order GLP-1, semaglutide or tirzepatide, they get that email with the virtual flip book. I know you got to see the real one, which is amazing. So hopefully that is going out starting tomorrow. And it'll be separate. So just like once they announce that they are shipping those, we'll just let our clients know, like anybody who orders starting in October will get this. What Lucy's talking about is they're going to get in the mail a really special package from LAMD that's branded that has a journal. It's beautiful, you guys. We got to see it. It's so cool. It's got a journal for them to write in and keep their measurements in and encourage themselves. Full of positivity. Then it has a booklet that explains like the best practices while you're on a GLP-1, a really cool tape measure so they can track their progress along the way, and a note from our CEO. So that doesn't come from the pharmacies, it comes direct from LEMD, so it'll be branded. Where when your products get shipped to your customers, they're not branded because they're coming from a compound pharmacy.
I have a quick question.
Yes, Amy. Hi, nice
Hi,
to meet you.
you too. Okay, so I have not purchased any products yet. So how much is, but I am on tirzepatide from
Awesome.
someone else, from my hormone
Yeah.
doctor. So I know the benefits. I've been on semaglutide. I know the benefits. So how much is it for a client to purchase like either the NAD or the semaglutide or
Yeah. Well, let me just look at my price list because I don't want to be wrong. Hold on.
I have it up if you don't,
Oh, who said that?
Lucy.
Oh, awesome. You want to share it? Go ahead.
Okay. So for the tirzepatide, for tier one, which I think is up to 10 milligrams, is 449. And then the first level of semaglutide is $299. NAD plus is $438. Samorelin is $645. I don't know if there's any other ones you want me to. There's
Okay.
B12 for $297.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, the longevity products, you get 2 months so you get 2 months
Oh, that's what I was
cheaper
gonna
than
ask.
GLP-1. So GLP-1 is 3 months and
Oh,
the
awesome.
longevity products are 2 months.
I just dropped the PDF in the chat.
Awesome. Thank you.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Lucy. That was so helpful. And by the way, Amy, what's
Hmm.
really cool is there's some people that have, so like the company just started in June. So I'm just starting to meet some of the people who've been here
Oh,
in June.
awesome.
Yeah, it's like a startup company. And so some of the people that have been here since June that are having like really big success in the company, I've kind of picked their brains a little bit. And one of the girls has never even ordered anything. She just runs a bunch of Facebook ads and is in a bunch of
Oh,
groups and sells in there. And she's like, she has a local person that she orders with. And so she's like, I've just never ordered anything because I haven't needed to. So
oh, awesome. Yeah, and so I will definitely switch over to you guys
yeah.
as soon as I'm out of mine. But yeah, that's great because I was gonna ask you like that pricing, is it for 1 month, is it 2 months, 3 months? So you said it's 3 months for the
Well, no, sorry. So the
GLP-1.
GLP-1,
Okay.
that price is times
Hmm.
three. So if it's 449,
Oh, okay.
but they're only getting charged 449 each month.
Got
That's what
it.
they do with the GLP-1. With the longevity products, the price is the 2 month pricing.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Or maybe not. Uh, this is always where I get messed up. I'm gonna double
That's
check
okay.
that.
I just saved the flyer that you put in there, so
Yeah, I'm just
for the
thinking because I
PDF.
just got charged today for my NAD. Or no, I got charged last month 438. Yeah.
Do you guys do glutathione too?
No, but we're getting it. I know. I've
Okay.
been begging.
Oh,
So hopefully
great.
in the next
Yeah.
couple months.
Yay. Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. 2 a month, but you pay for.
Okay, Ashley, good. Okay, I'm gonna read this really quick so you guys can
Got
also,
it.
in case you're not in there. NAD is $219 a month, but you pay for the 2 months in full. Yes, I think you're right. Perfect. Okay. So I was right. So the longevity products are 2 month, it comes all at once. Perfect. Thanks, guys. Anybody else have a question?
Just important to really check the website. There are certain formulas of NAD not available in all states. So you might not be able to get injectable in certain states. So you have to go with a nasal spray. So
Yes.
each product, really check the website.
Yes, and we just found out, unfortunately, today that Massachusetts pulled out from letting people do NAD. So there's no NAD now in Massachusetts or B12. Some
Oh,
states are
wow.
just being really picky about things, and then some states aren't. So it's very strange. And there's, like I asked our CEO, she's like, there is no reason. It makes absolutely no sense. So money. I know, Margaret. I was thinking that too. It's a lot of greed. So yeah, absolutely.
Blair, I had a question.
Yes.
Did you find out, because I was trying to look at what the customer website, what the customer group is on Facebook to
Longevity and
invite
wellness.
people to.
I'll send you, I think you're in it. Hold on, let me see.
Okay. Oh, maybe I am.
Um,
Blair, I put the
yes.
link in
It's
the
in the
chat.
chat.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Liz, I also just texted it to you.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys, I know there's a lot of different things to join, but the three biggest ones that I would say are most important, right, are the boards app because it's going to give you so much great information. The longevity and wellness group, which is for potential customers and customers, and then our team joy, which is for the team. And you're going to want to be in there so that you get up-to-date announcements and recordings and all that kind of stuff.
Blair, where do we get the link for the boards? I have the app on my phone, but I don't know how to find the board for Ellie.
You mean, okay, so send me a Facebook message and I'll send it to you. And I'll also put it right here in the chat. Let's see if I can get it in the, some people have a hard time copying and pasting things from chat. So I'll put it in the chat. But if you guys
Okay.
can't get it for whatever reason, feel free to send me a message.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see, let me go back to Zoom. Yes, Shay, I see your hand.
Yes, I had a question. Do you know how this the products affect the lymphatic system? 'Cause I know they were saying that it builds it up somewhat,
That's a
but
great question. I don't honestly know, but that's a great one. I'm gonna actually write it down to try to research tomorrow. My new lymphatic massage therapist, because Shay's all the way up in Wellington now, boo-hoo. She told me that she's been on it now. She's been on tirzepatide now for, I think it's been 3 or 4 weeks. And she has PCOS, and she said it's just helped so much. And she said that she's able to do her own lymphatic work on herself now. So I don't really know. Like before, she'd have to go to somebody else because she couldn't dig, the way she
right,
used
right,
to.
right,
She's
right,
like,
right.
she said she could tell such a difference, but I don't know why.
Yeah, because
Can I say something?
I do my
Yes,
own
please.
lymphatic massages too, so I understand what
Vanessa's
you're
really good
talking
at this
about.
stuff. Yeah.
Okay, I'm
So,
gonna do some research on it too, and I'll send it over to you, Blair.
Awesome. Go ahead. Vanessa, you know how?
well, yeah, so my initial reaction to that question about the lymphatic system, it was inflammation. And so I went over to Chat GPT, my best friend,
Yeah.
and typed in, hey, what's the connection between GLP-1 and the effects of lymphatics? So the first thing that came up was reduction in inflammation, because that's like the main thing that links us all. Because our nation, we're the inflammation nation. Most of the sicknesses
Inflammation
and
nation.
disease and inflammation nation. Most of the sicknesses in our country are start with major inflammation, and then fluid regulation.
Ooh.
Uh, yeah, so it regulates the fluid balance in your body, improving insulin sensitivity. So that's how it goes at insulin resistance. And then weight loss, we all know, but it relieves the pressure on the lymphatic system when you lose the excess fat. So there you go.
That's amazing. Thank you. You
I
guys
love
will
this
see,
stuff.
that's what's so cool about this team is like everybody's willing. So like once you guys get into the chat, if you guys are in Messenger chat for Facebook, make sure you join the team chat because that's another thing that just like you can ask a question like that. Like if you popped in there and was like, hey, what's the link between lymphatic system and GLP-1? Somebody like Vanessa will pop in and share. It's amazing.
Okay, so I want to add something to that because I do I have patients that need the lymphatic drainage because they are taking it and they are aware that sometimes it can congest your lymph nodes.
Mm.
And the lymphatic drainage works hand in hand with the ones that I know of. That's why I'm asking you guys because I know you have like a different lab, and I don't know as much about it as you guys do, but I know about it on the lymphatic drainage side as far as when they come to me, how the body is responding to it and how I'm able to drain out the toxins better because the inflammation is going down. So therefore, I can reach the lymphatic system and do the drainage more effectively, if that makes sense. Just like the congestion from, because what happens is the buildup gets in the connective tissue, the fat deposits, et cetera, without getting too deep. But with the injection, it breaks that down because the compression that are on the small little nodes in the lymphatic system we can reach it and start you drain it out. So but I knew that part, but I don't know the part that you guys know as far as what this is made out of. It does it have any effects as like damaging the lymphatic system or damaging any of the systems for that matter?
Right. I mean, no, it should not be damaging the systems as long as you're taking like, not crazy large amounts, right? So like the people who are taking the pre-filled pens, sometimes those that they're getting through their doctor is just too much for their body. And so, yeah, I think that could probably cause some issues. But when you're doing it at the low and slow dosing, so you're just like building up slowly, adjusting to what's right for your body, I've only seen positive things. But I mean, I would never claim that I know 100% about that. for
And
sure.
yeah, you're right, Blair, because I've been working with a diabetic patient that actually takes Ozempic. She comes in faithfully for all her appointments every 3 weeks. That's her plan of treatment. And I've been working with her like a little bit over a year. And she has lost weight the right way.
Yeah.
And she hasn't had any bad side effects. She sees a lot, I mean, because she was heavy. I want to say she was like I can't remember off the top, but in the 300s, like she was really
That's
big.
amazing.
But she's gradually now she's actually checking into plastic surgery because she has excess
Oh
skin,
yeah.
so she can have a whole makeover. But it
Awesome.
like you nailed it when you said if used properly, and that's with
Yeah.
anything.
Anything. Absolutely.